They came to the other side, and a huge crowd gathered, and he was by the sea. And a synagogue ruler came to him, Jairus by name. When he saw Jesus, he got down on his knees and began pleading urgently with him, saying, "My little daughter is about to die at any moment. Come, lay hands on her, so she might be restored and live." And Jesus went off with him. And there was a huge crowd pressing against him. Now there was a woman who had had a flow of blood over the course of 12 years. She had suffered greatly under many doctors, not been helped, spent everything she had. Indeed, she was getting worse. When she saw Jesus, she came from behind in the crowd, and she touched his cloak, for she was saying to herself, "If I touch just his clothes, I'll be restored." And immediately, the source of her bleeding dried up, and she knew in her body that she had been healed of the ailment. Well, Jesus was immediately aware in himself of power that had gone out from him. And he turned around in the crowd and said, "Who touched my clothes?" His disciples said to him, "You're looking at the crowd crushing you, and you say, 'Who touched me?'" But Jesus kept looking around to see the one who had done this. And the woman, frightened and trembling, having realized what had happened to her, came and fell before him and told him the whole truth. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has restored you. Go in peace and be free of your ailment." And while he was still talking, people came from the home of the synagogue ruler and said to him, "Your daughter died. Why bother the teacher longer?" But Jesus overheard the word spoken, and he said to the synagogue ruler, "Don't be afraid. Only have faith." And he wouldn't let anyone go along except Rock and James and John. And he came to the home of the synagogue ruler, and he saw a disturbance with much wailing and sobbing. And he entered in, and he said to them, "Why are you making a disturbance and sobbing? The child did not die, but is sleeping." Oh, they jeered him. So he drove everyone out, took along the father of the child with the mother, and went in to where the little child lay. And grasping the hand of the little child, he said to her, "Talitha kumi," which means, "Little girl, I'm telling you, rise." And she got up and began walking around, for she was 12 years old. And they were immediately stunned with great astonishment. And Jesus ordered them strictly to let no one know about this, then told them to give her something to eat.